That Daniel is fine as all get out. Lady Lily back with another video. Insecure season 2 episode 5 hella shook. I was gonna wait to put this out. I'm kind of late putting it out tonight, but I was gonna wait and do it tomorrow. Then I remembered first day of classes is tomorrow at work, so it's gonna be hella crazy. And also, I think I'm supposed to be going to the movies tomorrow to use up my, because tomorrow is the last day, I think, for the T-Mobile Tuesday $4 holla movie night anyway. So I said, let me put this out tonight because, yeah, I probably ain't going to be able to do it tomorrow. So anyway, Insecure, episode 5, hella shook. Daniel asked, I knew it. I said that was going to be the start of her rekindling with Daniel. So anyway, the show opens up with Issa visiting Daniel. Sexy as I have a thing, y'all, for chocolate men. I love chocolate men, and to me, I always, although I'm team Issa and Lawrence being together, it's something about that damn Daniel just make me just like, I like Daniel from Issa too. Anyway. Back to the review. Molly is in Chicago, and she knows that there's quite a few black people on the team at the Chicago location. Her colleague asked her, did she, follow about the white boy making more money than her? She said no. And he said, have you, thought about maybe consider leaving? He said there's, other firms that will, give you your just due in other bigger cities where you can, be the cream of the crop. So it's something, Molly mentioned, Molly had it look like she hadn't really thought about that. We go back to Issa and Daniel. He asked her if she had plans, I guess, for the next day or so, and she said no. And she said, you got plans? And he was like, not really. So I guess they're going to connect or whatever. So he gets dressed, and she said, where the hell you going? He was like, I'm out going to pick up some tacos. And she said, that's just like a nigga to go get tacos and don't invite her. Lawrence is running with his co-workers, and he's trying to figure out if he got jury duty or not. Remember in the episode one, Issa, told him he had a jury duty notice, but he's calling now to confirm do he has to show up or not. Marley is getting ready for her parents' vow renewal, and Issa let Molly know that Daniel is back in the picture. They cool, they got an understanding. And, Issa's talking about she's still trying to, it's not stopping her from building her whole rotation. Lawrence is at jury duty. He is on Kelly's page, and he noticed Facebook stalking. He noticed in the back of Kelly's selfie picture, he see Issa interacting with Daniel. You ever went on have y'all ever did that? Like went on people's pages that you knew was connected to an ex or somebody you was interested in, just to see what criminated picture will pop up of that person, or if any criminated pictures will pop up at all. I know honestly I have done it, but yeah. But anyway, he's doing that, and then Daniel does get called into the room where they do the jury selection. Issa is at work, and her director's in there looking for a director for student outreach, and I guess she's going to consider one of them from the team. In the lunchroom, Issa is talking to Frida about, what's going on. She doesn't seem the same. Frida is not feeling, how Gaines are treating the whole, how Gaines is acting, how he's, showing more priority to the black kids and not the Hispanic kids. Issa is, she said Issa's not really trying to help the kids. She's more so helping herself. Issa is saying black people really can't be racist. And then Frida says, she said, but I guess you're privileged, to, point out stuff. And then Frida was saying, she said she can't call out bad behavior when she see it. Something to think about. So so Joe is helping Molly delivered the flowers for her parents' ceremony. She grew up with Joe. He took her to prom. Joe was trying to explain to her, no, rewind. So they was delivering the flowers. Joe was just saying, he apologized and whatever about, what happened at the kiss and grind. And then Molly was saying, oh, I figured, you was, probably a little drunk and we all had a one too many. And he said, I really wasn't drunk, He was really, telling the truth. And he said he gets it. And Molly pretty much says, she respects his marriage and she just can't see herself going that way. That's not the life that she has for herself. Lauren said jury do, and like all like little jealous girls do, Lawrence go ahead and he started Facebook stalking Daniel, like trying to see what is it about this nigga that sparked Issa's interest, maybe trying to go on there and see if there's any pictures of him and Issa together or what their whereabouts have been lately. We all have done it. So they are picking the jury members, and one young lady stand up. She had this Black Lives Matters on. In a way, I guess that was trying to get her, not to get picked, and the judge told her to sit down. However, they went ahead and dismissed Lawrence. Molly was pretty much admiring, how much her parents have done to prepare for this ceremony. And she said that, he went out and do the most. And her mom was like, child, please, these the dollar glasses from the dollars. These glasses from the dollar store, they got plenty of lid in them. She said, we saving the good stuff for when you get married. And Molly dad said, Molly is just, we can't wait. Molly mom said, we can't wait for that day. And Molly said, oh, Molly's dad say, oh, Molly's just not gonna go, just not gonna marry the first Ashley boy that she comes across. Issa's on her date. Remember, she said she was adding a Latino to the whole rotation. She looks cute. I love the dress that she had on. Issa is, texting Daniel too, and she's telling him pretty much she's not going to make it. Some came up. So, of course, Issa going to her imaginary phrase. She's ripping his shirt off. She's talking dirty to him and all this stuff, and then she flashes back to what the reality is. The date seemed like it's going pretty well. Issa act like she's grabbing for a check, but of course the date, pulls it up. And then she was just saying, we don't have to call it a night. And her date reminded her, like, it is midnight and he has to take a flight out for business the next morning. So that was pretty much it. Issa is back at work, and the team is, pretty much doing some work scenarios, and Frida's still feeling some type of way about her and Issa's situation, so she decided not to be a partner with her, and Issa ends up partnering with the Indian girl, which I said she was Latino in the prior episode, but she's Indian. It's the day of Molly's parents' vow renewal, and she invited the old date from the prior episode, the one we all liked, the one she said, he meets her qualifications, but she thought he was boring, so she brings him. She introduced him to Dro, but she seems to mess up totally what he does for a living, like almost like that she's somewhat, disengaged with him. And then, Dro, pops up. Yeah, that's what happened. Molly introduces her date to Dro, but messes up what he does for a living, like she's disenchanted. Dro is alone because he said his wife is attending a bachelorette party in Cabo or Cancun, one of them. Lawrence is having drinks with Tiffany's husband. I can't remember Tiffany's husband's name to save my fucking soul, but I forgot it. But anyway, he's having drinks with Tiffany's husband, and he was saying, did he know any, Lawrence asked Tiffany's husband, did he know anything about Issa messing with Daniel? And he said he didn't know nothing, but they decided they're gonna stay out. They're gonna stop discussing it. They stop discussing y'all breakup because they have to choose sides. Lawrence was saying he can't he can't believe Issa still seeing this dude and was, he was wondering was she playing him the whole entire time. Tiffany husband saying, this is not all Issa's fault. He said that, you spent the last 2 years basically doing shit, letting your lady take care of you. So he was saying, in other words, he said, so that gives her a reason to cheat. He said, no, that kind of left the door open. And that made him stop and think like, And I'm thinking it was 4 years. I thought Lawrence was unemployed for 4 years, but it seemed like it's been 2. So I'm assuming they've been together 4 years, and of those 4 years, Lawrence was unemployed the last 2. Tiffany husband goes on to say that, why wouldn't she, be attractive to a man who's, making it happen, making moves, got a job or something, that's what I took from him. So that kind of really opened Lawrence up, because here this is a friend of his, this is a buddy, and he's, calling, hey, you're not all innocent here, you played partial role in this too. So I think that might be the turnaround for Lawrence. Issa's still at work. She called her brother, but she also ended up getting a text from Neighbor Bay. And he video texted her, and he was like, what you up to? She was like, bored. And he was saying, since you're so bored, send him a video. So she was going to lift her shirt up and take a picture of her breast until her co-worker walked in on her. And Issa said, I'm scanning for cancer. And the white co-worker was like, gross. Molly is at her parents' ceremony, and her, I guess it was her aunts and mom's girlfriends, and they was engaged, asked her about her date and engaged in conversation. And one of the ladies mentioned that she, didn't believe they would last, even 5 years. And the lady goes on to mention that Molly's dad had cheated on Molly's mom. So that made Molly feel some type of way. Issa is texting all her different boos, which they always tell you don't text and drive. So she's texting her different boos, and all of a sudden she get a dick pic text to her. She's so engaged in the dick pic that she ends up ramming her car, running into her another car, tearing her car up. Molly is asking her brother, is this true that mom cheated on dad? And he said, he was like, yeah, but they managed to work it out and stay together and keep the family together. Molly said, so mom knew and she was cool with that. Then she was like, fuck this ceremony, fuck this fake shit, fuck all of it. Molly parents comes in, they're getting ready to engage into the ceremony. And Molly asks her dad, how could you cheat on mom? Molly's mom was saying, it was a long time ago. He made a mistake. Molly said, Mom, how can you stay? And Molly just was really upset because she had this perfect fantasy about her parents. And what we got to realize, you all, like when we talk about our parents who are older, grandparents, what it was, we're not saying that all the guys back in the day was sweet and innocent, because they was not. A lot of men did cheat on their wife, but what the situation was, people wasn't leaving. It could be for a variety of things. And I was just telling I had a conversation with my mom about this. During the baby boomers, a lot of women had a lot of kids. A lot of them didn't work, or if they did work, it was not a lot of money. So we were saying how a lot of women didn't leave their husband when they cheated, because a lot of them didn't have nowhere to go. And then, what family would take in a woman that might got 6, 7, 12, 13, 14 kids, who would take them in, and 9 times out of 10, they got a big ass family to raise. So it just seemed like back in the day, women didn't leave, and then men didn't walk out on their families because they had a lot of people caring for them. So it's not, for me, I feel like, it wasn't that men back in the day didn't cheat. They did cheat. It's just somehow they worked it out, or eventually they got old and just got tired and just stopped cheating. That's what I'm thinking it is. I'm not saying it was right, but I think that was the culture back in the day. And then Molly was pretty much going back to the story. You know, Molly's like, I can't, and just storm off. She didn't want to partake in this day. She felt like everything was fake. And then, you know, her date was coming after her. No, let me stop that. Yeah, her date was coming to run to her rescue, but Dro told, you know, I'm her childhood friend. I'll get it. So Issa tells Daniel she was in a car accident, and he said he's going to come and get her because she said she'll just, you know, take a lift. And he said, no, I'm going to come get you. So Lawrence is at home. He's Facebook stalking Issa. So in other words, he trying to see where she at, what she doing, I guess. You know, seeing how Issa looks like she's fine, doing just fine, getting along very well without him in her life, right? Anyway, Molly is driving in the car with Dro. He's taking her home, and she just said she can't believe her dad cheated. She said she's been, you know, she wanted to find a husband or a partner, permanent partner, and she wanted some like her parents had, but hell, they was cheating. They stuff wasn't a fantasy. And then, you know, Dro said you just need to really find somebody that loves and cares for you. You know, you got to not be caught up in the fantasy. So Daniel gets Issa, and it was really awkward. She was saying, you know, are we good? You know, I want to make sure we're on the same page. I wasn't honest with you at first. So in other words, she's like, you know, I'm, you know, hanging out, seeing other people, like kind of sweeping it, saying that, but sweeping it on the rug per se. But yeah, so Dro takes Molly back to her place, and she said, you know, how you gonna get home? He said, oh, I'm gonna do a lift or something. And then Molly ends up, she was like, come on. Of course, Molly gets in the fucking bed with Joe, so she lets out all her intuitions. You know, she been thinking about it. She been thinking about it back in, I want to say, episode number 3 of Messing with Dro. So it was the little thing about that. So, and she pondered it in the 4, but she changed her mind, and then she just said, fuck it, she's gonna go. And that's how the show ends. So, it was good. Kind of disappointed today with TV. I was just hoping Molly didn't fall in for Dro, because I think it's going to be some up with Dro. I mean, his wife's like, she just disappearing. She's always gone. But I really think it's going to be more to it than what Dro is saying. Like, it's cool, cool, cool. And it looked like Molly's going to be like, you know, where do we go from now since this all done take place? You know, how do we, you know, keep it normal? I went, you know, grew up with this boy and went on prom with him, and so we're going to see what happened. Like I said tonight, I knew based on last episode that Issa was going to put Daniel in the rotation somehow. Daniel has looked good. You know, to be honest, if Issa never got back with Lawrence, I wouldn't be okay with her being with Daniel, because Daniel's just that chocolate wonder. He just makes her laugh. He just takes her out of her element, you know, make her have fun, you know, not take herself so seriously all the time. And yeah, so that is it. That is all. I got it out the way so I can go engage in my crazy work week. Like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more videos. We are at the halfway point of this season 2. We only got 3 more episodes. So 2 more episodes to the season finale, but 3 more episodes until the season is over. Peace out. Stay tuned for more videos. Have an awesome and blessed week. And as you can see, I am shooting from my office now. So I got my office together. Hoping I got some things. I'm still cleaning up and moving stuff. And you know, tends to be the damn storage room at times. But I'm hoping to do more video shooting in here, and also planning to actually read and do more work in here as well. All right, take care. Peace.